Hello everyone, welcome back. AlphaBanditZ here, and today I'm just going to do a promotional video on one game that I find specifically good for something that just started out like 4 months ago. The game is called Identity, and you might have to search game. Yeah, it's this one. It's a Kickstarter game, and you guys are going to love the sound of all of this, but they have pledged. Oh wow, they already made it. Well, from the last time I checked, they only had like 126,000, but they made it, so you guys might actually be seeing this game. But this is Identity. It's supposed to be one of the most realistic like MMORPG games ever. Identity is a modern-day open-world MMORPG with complete freedom and focus on player interaction from Asylum Entertainment. And I'm gonna play this video for you guys. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I'm veteran game developer John Vanderswet, and I'm excited to show you today what we've been working on for the last few months in absolute secrecy. Identity is an MMORPG that's unlike any other you've ever played. It's not based on levels or skill progression, it's based on you, your character, and what you want to do with it. Identity is all about giving absolute freedom in a world that's full of other people and fun things to do. We've gotten rid of most of the AI and replaced it with people. It's people who are driving down the street, and it's people who run for governor, it's people who play as police officers and fight crime. You'll find sports, car racing, paintball matches, and more others than I have time to list. And if living off the land is your sort of thing, you can make a pretty good living hunting or fishing. Identity is all about the freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do it. While Identity is an MMORPG in most ways, we're going to be offering you the option to rent your own servers too. So if you want a different, more specialized style of gameplay than our official servers have, such as maybe hardcore role-playing or some kind of like endless action, server operators are going to have control over hundreds of features to customize what they want.
Your Watertown, the suspect in custody. Nobody's coming to the perimeter. It's still a hot scene. 10-4.
If you're somebody that likes to take the quiet route, you can form a business and play the market, or you could take the other way. You could become a criminal, you could rob people, you could rob banks, you could steal cars. Everything is open for player interaction. The land identity is enormous, with all sorts of landscapes from cities, farms, and wilderness. There really is so much more I wish I could show you with this, but we've only just gotten started here.
Hey, you got a gang? You looking for one? You need a shank?
Okay, so that's Identity. That's Identity for you guys. The reason that I think this game is actually going to be what they're talking about, and it's going to look like it, is because the people who made this game are the same people who made Altis Life for Arma 3. And they've had a lot of backers, and they've made the pledge already, and they've made more, and they'll may be able to completely rocket off this. I want to see it come to Steam. I want to see it be able to run on like for this type of thing, maybe like a Core i5 processor or NVIDIA or something really good. But I want to show you guys something that I saw in the video, a couple things.
We've gotten rid of most of the I have time to. While Identity is an different, more specialized style of gameplay, server operators are going to you can become a criminal. If you're somebody that likes to take the quiet route, you can form a business.
10-4.
Okay, just wait. Okay, so this right here, they're talking about the economy, and I want to show you guys something right here. You see right there, there's a guy with a gun. And this is introducing PvP, and there's also a guy right here who has a gun. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people somewhere scattered about right here. But this is introducing the PvP. These guys aren't obviously police officers. They're wearing stinking ski masks and stuff. And it looks like they got illegal weapons, because I've never seen an officer carry a weapon that's dismantled. And these don't even look military. But they're introducing PvP, and I saw on another video of this theory. And what they're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to kidnap people. You're going to be able to write ransom notes. You're going to be able to take hostages, rob banks, as they said. A lot of that stuff, etc., etc. But the PvP is going to be between 3 inertial people, such as the police, gang members, and criminals. And gangs can fight against each other. And they can claim war, where it sets it all out into an open fight, like completely open world at war type of thing. But I just wanted to point that out to you guys about these, in case you didn't see it. All the little stuff that's in the art, we'll definitely show you stuff. I'm excited about building like a market. But about this project, note that as a backer, your credit, blah, 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 blah. You can read that. What is Identity? Identity is a modern-day open-world MMORPG for PC and Mac with complete freedom to do almost anything you can imagine at any time in first or third-person views. Live as an honest civilian, a criminal, police officer, paramedic, and many more. There are no levels or skill grinding, but talent and perk progression, so that's the actions of you, not your character, which matters most. An enormous online and persistent world controlled in almost every aspect by the players living in it. And they said this in the thing. They replaced all the AI with... they replaced them with real players, and I think that's cool, because you can see people driving on the street, and they can be actual players, and you can get picked up. It's really socializing as of Altis Life, which is about making your way with money, and they're basing it off of like what you do in the real world. Like, you get a career, you work for money, you pay off your rent, you buy weapons, you could do drugs and stuff. I never really gotten into that in real life. You don't believe me? You just watch. But player-driven gameplay and economy with dozens of jobs and epic careers. The difference between jobs is something that you can do every day. It's like a challenge. Like, you walk around, you get a job saying you deliver 1 package of cocaine to this one location, and we'll give you 10 grand. And I mean, that's a job. A career is something that you get career skills on. That they said in the video, you can get career skills which can make you higher in the ranks. You can work to become mayor. You can become president. You can become chief of the police in that town or that city. And there's going to be so much. And the careers, it's going to allow you to buy weapons. It's going to allow you to, like, as a police officer, you can buy like a taser, you can arrest people, you can send people to jail, you can impound cars, and all this fun stuff. And I think that's really cool. Action and fun around every corner with a player police force, gangs, cartels, businesses, and more. More casual games than we can list, from karaoke and cinemas to paintball matches and more. Well, what they're saying about cinemas right here is you can actually watch a real movie inside the game. So, like, picture yourself, you're in the game, and you're like, oh, I got, like, $25 in-game. And you're going to be like, I think I'm going to go watch the theater. And you can go into the theater where other people are sitting down and watch a movie that's in real life. You can sneak and watch American Sniper in the game with people that are in the game. So you're literally sitting there, and, like, you can have so much stuff to do. So much. Like, you can be with your friends on this game and watch a movie together online with each other, with other people online, without actually getting up out of your seat. And I know that may be a problem for some of you, like, oh, it's not social interaction, you're not seeing their face, but it's the same. They'll tell you here in a bit. I'm going to read this whole page off to you, so you guys better be real patient and on the edge of your seat by the end of this video. Play on the official servers or host your own with your own rules and options, making it to where you can, like, they're talking about an editor maybe happening, and that's going to be really cool. No subscription fees and never pay to win. Pay to win is like you go in H1Z1, you pay for something that has a chance of being nothing, and that's what they're talking about. Identity has been under development by only a few people and only for a few months, and they told you in a video that it was 4 months, not in this one, but in a development video that I watched. In that time, we've gone far and done things that have never been seen in a video game before. Identity is a revolutionary, and we're excited to see how far we can take the technology and gameplay. Then we have the support of you as a backer, and as you can see, they already have enough and even more, but people are going to still be doing it as they got 39 hours to go, and this restarts once they think that you can do better. And this is all coming from Canada, and it's really, really awesome. I really want to see this game exploding on the internet. Team experience. While Identity is a very ambitious project, it's right up John's alley in terms of systems of design. John is the creator of the game. He's also the developer. He made Altis Life. Two of John's past and current game projects, Mortal Online and Altis Life, together have already overcome many of the technical hurdles Identity's development faces. Mortal Online was the first MMORPG created on the Unreal Engine, and Identity's Unreal Engine 4 is 10 years, not 1, not 2, 10 years further developed, still. So it's still going on. And they can get up to 20 years further than Mortal, which I've never played that game. I might actually look it up. But it seems really awesome. Asylum's Altis Life is the most popular game and server set of its kind in the world and acts as an inspiration for Identity, and you can see that in the gameplay. If you know what Altis Life is, you should just go search it up. I'm not going to have to make a video on that. This is purely for you guys who feel like this game should definitely be out there, and maybe I might be able to buy it and play it. So that'd be really cool. All about Identity. For years now, MMORPGs have lost their way. What was once a genre about exploring and living in a world has now become a treadmill to keep you playing the same game over and over again. Identity is changing things. Gone are all artificial restrictions keeping you away from content you want to play. Instead of levels and character skills dictating what you can do, Identity focuses on your actions and building a character around what you find fun. Jump into a world and start making a name for yourself in any way you choose. This is completely free. Completely free of what you can do, when you can do, where you can do it. And that's really cool. As a citizen, you could start a business, join gangs, and control territory, own real estate, or even become governor and set your own laws. With minimal AI, which is a small amount of all the other players. It's you players who control every aspect of society, including law enforcement. While a game with fun and the top priority, many elements like weapons and health vehicles function with exceptionally high realism and fidelity. Identity is all about fun, freedom, social interaction, and so much to do that you're never left bored. And this is an overview. We'll watch this. I don't think I've ever watched this one.
Identity is an MMORPG that's not really like any of the others you've probably played before. We're not about leveling and questing and grinding up to be able to play with your friends at a higher level. Everything is about the people and the interactions between them. Because of this, it's actually the people who play all of the different roles in the game, aside from some really minor things like shops and whatnot. You could become a businessman, for example, or you could be a criminal and try and get that fortune just a little bit faster. You could become a policeman or paramedic, a firefighter, the list goes on. In each of these careers, there's a totally separate progression path where you can grow your way through the ranks and unlock new abilities and move your way up. In addition to that, there's even player government where you, the people, are actually going to be able to elect other players into office who can set laws and control taxes and even make their own policies. And fun's really always the main focus here too. We're going to make sure that whatever you're doing is going to be fun and you're going to enjoy doing it. But with that said, we're keeping some things not so much on the traditional arcadey role of MMOs, but going more a little realistic when it comes to weapons, health, and vehicles. That is, vehicles are going to handle like real vehicles, they're going to crash like real vehicles, weapons are going to shoot like the real counterpart in real life. We also understand that you're not always going to want to do something intensive like trying to make money or fight other gangs. So we give a lot that you can do in your downtime too. Fun little social things that don't really need to be done, but you know, why not? There's something fun. Text communication exists, but we've sort of downplayed it a bit compared to most other MMOs. Instead, we're going for voice over IP, which means when you speak into your microphone, your voice is going to be coming out of your character, and your character's mouth will move and everything accordingly. With this, we actually created karaoke bars where you can go and sing and just have a fun time with friends. And if karaoke is not really your thing, we have other fun stuff like cinemas. The cinemas are actually playing real movies. You can walk in, sit down with friends, and watch an actual movie play start to end. We even have musical instruments that you can actually play note by note however you like. You can write your own songs, play anything you want. And to make that even better, we have places to play them, concert halls that amplify the music that you're playing on stage so all your friends can see and watch. You'll even find libraries full of player-written books and art galleries that are displaying art pieces that other people have actually drawn in the game and are for sale in the gallery. If you're looking for something a little more action-oriented but you don't have a lot of time to get into the game, there's fun little mini games such as paintball that you can play with your friends. The economy and identity is actually really quite interesting, and the main reason that is that the majority of the items that are for sale on an NPC store are actually made by players. For example, take a t-shirt. If you wanted to actually create a t-shirt, you not only choose the fabric it's made out of, the colors, you can even put symbols on it. And when that is sold in a store, whoever buys it is going to have that exact piece that you made. What makes this even more interesting is that these items sold in the stores are priced based on supply and demand. So if there's a lot of t-shirts of a certain kind for sale in this one particular store, the price is going to be pretty cheap relative to another store that doesn't have any. Because of this, delivery missions can come into play and you can actually make money transporting goods from point A to point B and selling them again. We'll even have apps that you can use on your in-game smartphone or your in-game computer to monitor the prices of certain commodities at any time. If you're really into the business side of things though, the next step up would probably be real estate. Now, you can buy real estate in the world. Every house that you see in the world is available for purchase, and if you're to buy that, you can use it for yourself or you can even set it up for rent. Any house that you have that's rented by another player is going to be producing income all the time. And the next step up from there even is factory ownership. There are two kinds of homes in Identity. You have apartments and houses. Apartments are instants, meaning that anybody can have them. There's an unlimited number of them available. When you interact with a certain apartment building, you're going to build load into your instanced apartment. Houses, on the other hand, are out in the world. Like I said earlier, every single house out in the world is buyable and rentable, and when you have one of these houses, it's unique. Only one person can own a certain house on that server in the world at any given time. When you first buy your home, it's going to come both empty and sort of shabby. So you're going to be able to upgrade things like your floors, your walls, your trims. If you want to redo the floors with nice hardwood, that's up to you. You can even choose the style and the color. And then it's time to buy furniture and move it all in. The cool thing here is that a lot of the furniture that you place in your home is functional. It's not just for decoration, although some is. For example, a sofa or a chair can be sat in. Television, you can actually watch streaming gameplay of other people playing Identity at any given time. If you have a radio, you can turn that on, listen to streaming radio, real internet radio stations. Closets can be used to store any sort of clothing that you bought earlier and are not using at that given time. You can take out food out of a refrigerator or your cupboards, for example, or even use your bed to rest. The list goes on, and the point is that a lot of this stuff that you have in your house isn't just for decoration, it's for actual use. A lot of stuff is just for decoration though, and we have some really cool things here. For example, if you take a screenshot with your smartphone in the game, you can actually print that off frame it and hang it on your wall. Whatever you take, that thing will show on the wall to everybody in your apartment. And we go even further with this, allowing you to get canvases where you can paint by hand anything that you can imagine. You'll see this masterpiece right here I made myself. It's probably going to be worth a fortune one day. Homes have a lot of other functionality too. One of the main things that you're probably going to use it for is storage. Any items that you have out in the world you can store in your house for safekeeping. Character customization is going to be very extensive. With such a huge focus on immersion and world, we have to go just as far with characters as well. That means that there's going to be a lot of focus on character customization to make sure that you can look truly unique and exactly how you'd like to appear. And because there's no skills, there's no leveling, when you get in a game you can play with your friends no matter how long they've been playing before you. You can just jump right in and get right into it right off the bat. In place of skills and levels, we have something like a talent tree that you would see in other MMORPGs, although it's structured a little bit differently. We'll give you more information on that at a later time. But one thing that we can say about it is, in addition to your generic talent trees, careers also have their own progression, things that you can do to make some money in the world, and anybody can do them at any given time. Things like mining, transportation, shipwreck excavation, hunting and fishing, and so on. There's even illegal things that you could do, such as robbery. You can kidnap other people, you can produce drugs, you can do smuggling or arms dealing. Now, careers on the other hand, you have to apply to and join. These are things like police, paramedics, and firefighters, and there's even more. These all have their own progression. For example, in police, you can become a detective. You can become a DEA agent or a SWAT member. All of the police that you encounter in a game when you're a criminal are going to be played by other people who are working up the ranks to be the best cop that they can be. That means it's going to be their focus to stop you when you're doing something illegal. If you're interested in becoming a police officer, you're also going to get all kinds of extra powers and abilities and even weaponry that other people don't have. For example, you're going to be able to arrest other players who are breaking the law. You can tase them if you have to subdue them without killing them. You even have your own special vehicles with police radar, sirens, searchlights, and the list goes on. The police force will be a very organized structure that you can be a member of. While there's a whole slew of things that you can do that are non-combat related, player versus player combat is always an important thing of great MMOs, and Identity is no exception here. Where we are different is in how we do it. Members of gangs can declare war on other gangs, and if they accept, open war can begin where you can kill these other people at any given time. There are also PvP capture points such as cartels that work sort of like something that you would expect in a game like Battlefield, where you capture a certain area and then gain benefits from holding it. In the case of a cartel, for example, you'll get a cut of the drugs that are produced there. Identity is a huge game with a lot to do, and we've only just gotten started in its development. We're going to be releasing new screenshots, information, and videos on a very regular basis to all of our backers. If only a few people have taken it this far in a couple of short months, imagine where we're going to be in a year with your support.
But yeah, that shows a lot. And I just saw right here, you see it says December 16th right here, you'll see it. It says December 16th estimated delivery on all of these, and that's in 2016. So could we be seeing it next year in December? Because, I mean, that's going to be easy, considering Christmas, and you're going to be getting money from family members. But you see these, you get 22 backers have pledged $5 to get nothing. They gain nothing. 719 have pledged $10 to actually be able to get the game whenever it comes out and have a unique backer hat. And then they're thinking that these will be given to you in December 2016. So it may be before or after December, and we're thinking it's going to be 2016. So expect that. And I go back to over here. Key features. It's still early for Identity, but we have quite a bit to talk about already, and we'll be giving more details on epic features regularly. A massive dynamic world. The world in Identity is huge, with all sorts of landscapes from large busy cities to small rural towns, farms, forests, and more. Set in a fictional region of the United States, you'll find enough variety that there's almost always something new to see. A world you can really change. The environment will be changing often as gangs capture territories, real estate is bought up, and crops are grown. And then this is the VIP communication. It just states that whenever you speak, your lips will move and your voice will come out of your character. It also says that's only the beginning too. With this, you'll find working telephones. You'll be able to call players in-game. Radios. You'll be able to have radio talk shows. Megaphones. You'll be able to be in the police force and use a megaphone. Microphones. And I don't really know what that one's for. Maybe you can do in-gameception. Yeah, make a video inside a game within a game. Vehicles and transportation. With such a huge world to live in, you'll need all sorts of vehicles to get around quickly and safely. Vehicles range from common and inexpensive, such as a bicycle, to supercars and luxury yachts, for those of you building your empires. All vehicles are being made with painstakingly realistic physics and high fidelity, meaning it's going to be kind of hard to drive a vehicle. Many vehicles can be considered an investment too. A large transport truck, as so, can earn its value by running goods. So long as you don't run into bandits, most vehicles have trunk space to fill up with equipment, resources, drugs, and so on. Just whatever your career may want you to do. Guns and other weapons. Like vehicles, weapons and fidelity. Why did I just say infidelity? Identity are made to feel and function as close to their real world counterpart as possible, as is the damage they deal. Ultra-realistic weapons. Firearms aren't easy to come by as a civilian, and high-powered rifles are incredibly rare, as they require you to meet an arms dealer who knows their stuff. Weapons aren't limited guns, either. You'll find knives, bats, or even boxing gloves. Own a piece of the world. Every home in the world can be purchased by a player, and apartment buildings can house hundreds of people. A house in the world is unique. Stating a house, rather than an apartment, you can easily get one of those in any server, but a worldly house that's in the world, people can walk by and be like, oh, that's a neat house. I wonder who owns it, and look at it and it's like, oh, this guy owns it. And you can only have one owner at any given time. While an apartment is always available to those who have the cash. Houses and apartments can range from a small studio to a massive penthouse. Stake your claim. New homes are empty, and it's up to you to fill with furniture from stores or crafted by players. Furniture includes useful tools like a television or computer, or something add a little flair for the party you're planning on throwing. Designers can create furniture in thousands of style combinations, making something suited to tastes, or even paint on a canvas to sell or hang on your walls. You can become an artist. Do you want a job or do you want a career? You'll find dozens of jobs as you travel the land. There's never a shortage of work for those who are willing to put in the effort. Unlike a career, jobs are small tasks that can be completed to earn some cash, and they're always available, but not always legal. Examples of jobs include harvesting, fishing, hunting, and so on. Those are jobs. Careers are much more in-depth. As a police officer, a firefighter, a freight runner, and more, each career has its own character progression branches and often ranking the specialties as well. The strong arm of the law. For example, imagine a group of friends has just robbed a small store in your town and they got away before police arrived. As a cop who made it in detective ranks, it could be up to you to find fingerprints or other evidence. We all have to make a living somehow. Who said crime doesn't pay? With risk comes reward. If you can manage to pull off a heist and get away with it, you can find yourself with a lot of quick cash. The problem with the crime is that there are those who want to keep the streets clean. Once you're wanted, it might be a matter of time before you find yourself behind bars. The skilled might also find an easy money at a casino or by playing the lottery. Frequent micro updates. Because Identity is an MMORPG, I'll bet, not much like any other, we're going to continuously updating the game with new content and features years after release. Since our focus is on improving the game and not making money off big expansions, we're instead going to be releasing updates at a very fast and steady pace. You'll be getting new toys and fixes nearly every single week, so you have always have got something new to look for. We need your help. And it's talking about how you can do that. Now, they've invested a lot of money in this game just to get it this far, and definitely with this much more, they're going to be able to complete the game and then some. With only 3,359 backers, and if I do this, it may change. No, it didn't change. Stayed as it is. I mean, it's probably real late, but I'm just gonna end this right here. You guys can come to this website. It's up here, right here. You guys can look at that. I'll give you a couple seconds to look at it. Get a quick look at it. Very nice, very nice. And I'm also gonna put it in the description below, so you guys will be able to see that. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Definitely check out this website. If you have the cash, back it. It'll give you, as they say right here, you can actually get the game before anybody else does. And if you pay a really high amount of money, you can get a passport stamp, game access, plus unique backer hat, plus closed beta access, means you can play it right now, plus $15,000 in-game cash, plus used motorcycles, plus sports car, plus semi-truck, plus penthouse apartment, plus 5-car garage, plus closet stocked with a dozen random outfits, plus 60-minute video conference with John Zendersvit and the development team. Design your own unique in-game t-shirt, invitation to visit the office, and spend half the day gaming with the team. And that's if you pay $5,000. And only 4 people have done that. So yeah, you can do a lot of cash, or you can literally just spend $10 to get the game whenever it comes out, or get closed access by spending $25. Now that's better, because I'm guessing whenever it comes out, it's going to be $60. I want to end this right here for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share for people who are out there that don't know me. My name is AlphaBanditZ, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.